peace. Chapter 49, page 223. We are reading machines. There never used to be yellow-spotted lizards in the town of Green Lake. They didn't come to the area until after the lake dried up. But the townsfolk had heard about the red-eyed monsters living in the desert hills. One afternoon, Sam the Onion Man and his donkey Mary Lou were returning to the boat, which was anchored just a little off the shore. It was in late November, and the peach trees had lost most of their leaves. "Sam!" someone called. He turned around to see 3 men running after him, waving their hats. He waited. "Afternoon, Walter, Bo, and Jesse," he greeted them as they walked up, catching their breath. "Glad we caught you. We're going to do rattlesnake hunting in the morning." Oh. "We want to get some of your lizard juice," said Walter. "I ain't scared of no rattlesnakes," said Jesse, "but I don't want to come across one of those red-eyed monsters. I'd seen one of them before, and that was enough. I knew about the red eyes, of course. I heard about the big black teeth thing." "It's the white tongues that get me," said Bo. Sam gave each man 2 bottles of pure onion juice. He told them to drink 1 bottle before going to bed that night, and then a half a bottle in the morning, and then a half a bottle around lunchtime. "You sure the stuff works?" asked Walter. "I'll tell you what," said Sam. "If it doesn't, you can come back next week and I'll give you your money back." Walter looked around unsure as Bo and Jesse laughed. Then Sam laughed too. Even Mary Lou let out a rare hee-haw. "Just remember," Sam told the men before they left, "it's very important you drink a bottle tonight. You got to get it into your bloodstream. The lizards don't like that onion blood." Stanley and Zero sat at the back seat of Mrs. Marengo's BMW. The suitcase lay between them. It was locked, and they decided they'd let Stanley's father try to open it in his workshop. "You don't know what's in it, do you?" she asked. "No," said Stanley. "I don't think so." The air conditioning is on, but they drove with the windows open as well because, no offense, but you boys really smell bad. Mrs. Marengo explained that she was a patent attorney. "I'm helping your father with his new product he's invented. He's happened to mention your situation, so I did a little investigating. Clyde Livingston's sneakers were stolen sometime before 3:15. I found a young man, Derek Dunn, who said that it was at 3:20 you were in the bathroom fishing your notebook out of the toilet. The 2 girls remember seeing you come out of the boys' restroom carrying a wet notebook." Stanley felt his ears redden. Even after everything he'd been through, the memory still caused him to feel shame. "So you couldn't have stolen them," said Mrs. Marengo. "He didn't. I did," said Zero. "You did what?" said Mrs. Marengo. "I stole the sneakers." The lawyer actually turned around while driving and looked at him. "I didn't hear that," she said, "and I advise you to make sure that I don't hear it again." "What did my father invent?" Stanley asked. "Did he find a way to recycle sneakers?" "No, he's still working on that," exclaimed Mrs. Marengo, "but he invented a product that eliminates foot odor. Here, I got a sample in my briefcase. I wish I had more. You 2 could bathe in it." She opened her briefcase with one hand and passed a small bottle back to Stanley. It had a fresh and somewhat spicy smell. He handed it to Zero. "What's it called?" Stanley asked. "We haven't come up with the name yet," said Mrs. Marengo. "It smells familiar," said Zero. "Peaches, right?" asked Mrs. Marengo. "That's what everyone says." A short while later, both boys fell asleep. Behind them, the sky had turned dark, and for the first time in over 100 years, a drop of rain fell into the empty lake. Part 3 tomorrow. Stinky feet.